Hi guys, it's your girl Jaya Fiery back with another soulful episode for the Sweet Tea Show because it is the sweet tea of the soul. Okay. All right. And this episode is more on the chill side because we are not worrying. Okay. And that's what the episode is about. Not worrying. So the quote of the day is, and it's so simple, but don't worry, be happy. And it's also a song too. But while I light this candle, and another thing too is I had breakfast already. So that means I had my tea already. And we don't have no tea today because I'm pretty full. So I can't take no more. I had a big breakfast. But I will tell you what the tea had. It was bush tea. I just got some mint leaves and some lemongrass. Put it in my cup. Boom. Nature's tea. Okay. Yeah, so let me light this candle. We're going to think about that quote, even though it's easy, but you can at least think about what the song is or sing it in your head if you know it. But let's light this candle real quick. Okay, so we're back. And I feel like worrying is a big part of life for everybody. Everybody worries about something, whether it's something so big or so small, but we always worry about something, especially those of us who deal with anxiety. And I'm being honest, I'm one of them. I tend to worry about certain things that I have no control over, and it's to the point where it kind of messes with my mind, and then my anxiety flares up. That's usually how it goes for me. Some things you just can't control, and putting unnecessary worry and stress on your body only messes with your physical and mental health at the end of the day, right? So I try not to worry myself. I try to stay calm. I try to bring myself back into the present moment because dealing with anxiety is hard. It's something I've struggled with most of my life, and those of you who know that anxiety is a big setback in life, and it also leads into depression. So dealing with anxiety and then dealing with depression, it's like you feel like you have no control over things, especially yourself, and you're supposed to have control over yourself and emotions and stuff like that, but when it flares up, you feel like you lost all control. And I thank God that I brought myself to a new me where I don't really bring myself to anxiety attacks anymore or really flare up in my anxiety. It took a long time for me to get to this point, but I'm glad I'm here. Okay, I just want to point that out because worry is a big thing that, some people tend to put to the side, or even anxiety itself. I feel like as a person, if you don't deal with anxiety, which lucky you. I mean, okay, everybody deals with anxiety. I'm talking about severe anxiety where it's actually diagnosed to you. People have anxiety time to time, but if you deal with it every single day, but if you don't deal with it every single day, big up to you, lucky you. But if you're dealing with somebody or somebody that has anxiety, all I could say is really pray for them because it could get deep. It could get real deep at times. And one thing about it, some people show that they have anxiety and some people don't. So the little signs that you want to look out for is if somebody's constantly tapping their leg or playing with their nails or playing with their hair, or they become so silent. And if you really pay attention, the facial expressions change and the energy. So me, usually when my anxiety flares up, and I'm about to expose myself, but usually when my anxiety flares up, I can't really make eye contact like that. Number one, because I'm like freaking out inside and I don't want nobody to see. Number two, I usually play with my nails or something like that. So I would fidget with something. It's either going on my phone, playing with my hair, just finding like a little distraction. But like if I just start doing something, it's like, what are you doing? Most likely my anxiety's acted up. But I kind of hide it so well. So like most people don't really notice, but because I'm a chill, quiet person at the end of the day. Like I literally stay to myself. I know I'm very expressive on YouTube and to my friends and stuff like that, but if I don't know you like that, or I'm in an environment that like I'm not used to, I kind of just gotta like keep my guard up and stay silent because I have to read the room. Unless I feel really safe in the room, then you'll see me really express myself. But when I first walk into a room, you're not getting the full Jaya because I gotta speculate. Like I really gotta see who's in here, what the energy feeling like. Should I stay or should I go? You know, like my intuition is always high when I'm out because a lot of stuff be popping off, or you just don't want that fake energy around you, and it's like, you know. And usually, sometimes my anxiety acts up in those moments. Why? Either something that my intuition is telling me about is like, anxiety is up, or sometimes I just worry too much. Okay? And that goes back to like dealing with survival mode. That's a big one. If you guys watch my previous videos, you know that I've been in survival mode where it's like fight or flight my whole life. So it's either I'm ready for whatever's going to happen, or I'm just leaving the situation alone. There was no, okay, let me just be calm and just stay present. I always found a way to either fly, escape from reality because I don't want to deal with what's going on right now, you know? So those are the type of situations that happens. On the scale of how I'm doing better, I have my moments. I feel like it's more of letting go of my old self and into my new self. So into my new self, my goal is to just be more calm and not deal with anxiety because anxiety is very stressful. But my old self was full of anxiety. It was very like me restricting myself, and I felt it physically. And now I don't want any restrictions. So say if I go into a environment, right, that I'm not familiar with, I have to remind myself, like, don't go into your old Jaya when she's full of anxiety and tensed up. You're the new Jaya. You're not restricted anymore. You could be yourself. You don't have to people please. You don't have to stay quiet because you're afraid to be seen, you know? And there's another thing too. It's crazy how I want to do YouTube, but I don't like attention like that. But attention always finds me for multiple reasons, you know? So I have to learn to deal with that because it could get overstimulating at times. And I think that's why I have social anxiety. That's another thing that I deal with too, because it just gets so overstimulating just being around people, or like you see people and you could just tell when certain people are focused on your energy, or they might be quick to judge you, or they want to read this and that. And I used to be afraid to be seen. So now my new self is not afraid to be seen. She's very expressive, you know, but I have to really remind myself, tap into that. Don't be shy and reserved anymore or full of anxiety when you go out to places. Like, fully express yourself. And I thank God that like he's bringing me into certain environments where I can do that, and I feel the new me coming out, and I'm so happy because the younger me, the inner child, she would be so proud of me. She is proud of me, you know, because I've come a long way. Okay, I don't know how. Like, I know so many people everywhere I go, but at the end of the day, I like my own energy. I'm a loner inside, but not in a bad way. I used to see it as a bad way. Like, oh my gosh, I know so many people, but at the end of the day, I'm still alone. And I used to be so sad about it. But now it's like, okay, I'm alone. I can enjoy my own company. This is my safe space. I've become my own safe space. And I'm proud, you know? It's been so much in between where like it'll just be on and off, on and off. But now it's at a steady pace where like I enjoy myself. So I like the fact that I have like a few friends, my family, but at the end of the day, I know so much people. The next thing I'm really working on is not running from the present moment, not running from my problems. If something is happening that I don't like, I have to stay in it. Because like I said, in the survival mode, I'm quick to leave at any inconvenience. But now I'm just really teaching myself to stay. How that's going? Honestly, it's going good. At some moments I have to catch myself like, why are you running? Stay right here. It's uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is the most weird feeling, but you have to stay where you're at right now because it's happening for you, not to you. Anything that happens to you is happening for you, for your higher good. So you have to stay in that spot. You have to be calm in that spot. I just imagine myself like I'm standing right in the middle of a tornado, but I have to stay calm. That's how I try to think of it, because life be lifing. And sometimes I rather just leave the scenery and not deal with it than to actually stay in it. So things I be doing is not trying to sleep all day, because that's me trying to escape. Another thing too is spiritual escapism. I've struggled with that too, but I gotta stay right here on earth where I was put, you know? Another thing too is being on your phone all day and just having distractions with social media or just playing games on my phone, you know? Another thing too is when it comes to conflict with certain people, instead of just, okay, I'm gonna cut the person off, I gotta stay there because at the end of the day, I still have love for the person. And that reflects a lot because I feel like sometimes I be hard on myself. So I kind of be hard on other people. But you just gotta stay where you at. And just being able to admit these things to yourself is the first step. Because a lot of people struggle with the same thing. And I feel like if we don't talk about it, who are we going to have a common ground with? I feel like we go through stuff and we feel like we're the only ones that go through it. But whole time there's like 10,000 other people that go through the same thing. So you just got to put it out there. I'm not perfect. I'm not no saint. Okay. Just because I come up here on a sweet tea show and say what I gotta say does not mean I'm perfect. I don't try to be perfect, because at the end of the day, I know we gonna make mistakes. We still learning. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to recognize my wrongs and rights. That was a lot that just came out on the table, literally. But I'm glad I'm able to open up to you guys and be vulnerable, because I realize it helps a lot of people. Like I said, we gotta find that common ground and just be there for each other, show love to each and everybody, no matter what gender, because I don't know what's going on, but I feel like it's males against females, and it's like, why can't we just come together and be peaceful? Okay, why are we fighting? But that's a different story. I might talk about that on the next video. I feel like I should, because this is ridiculous. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. I kind of love these vulnerable moments that we have, because usually it's like kind of just me like giving a lesson. But when I actually talk about the stuff that I go through, I feel like it's more valuable to people that way. So I definitely gonna work on that. It's just me being able to be vulnerable. But hey, we here with it. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend. Don't be shy to follow any socials that I put in the description below, okay? Because that's where you're gonna get the more content. And I'm trying to go on live, get the little daily life of me, because I feel like vlogs is cool, but I feel like if I go on live, it's less editing. I'm gonna be so honest. And it's live, so y'all could just like comment and view in real time, you know? But the main focus is less editing. But anyways, thank you. I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.